There's nothing more boring than 100% chance of success. That's what my mother always used to tell me.
Birdie, I love you. I feel like you and I are kindred spirits.
Would you like one of these loincloths that I have lying
Oh
around?
my God, I would love one. Vaelette takes the loincloth out of Birdie's hands, takes off all of her clothes, and puts it on. How do I look?
It looks great. You look almost like one of the locals around here.
I love this place.
Let me show you something. So this is the contract that you all have agreed to for this job. And if you click on the little magnifying glass, you can pop that up a little bigger.
Employment. Violette's never had a job in her whole life.
It'll be a good learning experience.
Ooh. Is it the Shrine of Shagambi?
Yep. Shrine
Love
of
it.
Shagambi.
Kuche Muari,
Yeah.
golden statue.
As if I know the correct pronunciation. Like, yeah, that's right.
DM says
That's
yes.
how I've been doing it.
Okay, so we just gotta get a brick or a golden statuette.
Yes. No more than 10 pounds.
That's easy. We've done harder than that in our sleep.
That's right, Mumps.
That's the spirit.
Okay.
But someone else is gonna have to carry it because I don't think I don't know if I can carry all that.
No one thought you would carry it, Mumps.
Yes. We'll definitely we'll trade off and on.
No one thought you would carry it either, Vaelette. Everyone knows I'm carrying it.
Just go ahead and carry it.
Okay. Well, we
You're
weren't
so
making the
strong.
thanks for offering.
Is this meant to be like in the midst of their adventure, or is this after their adventure?
I don't know. I guess probably it could be after, just so there's not like a pressing thing you'd want to get back to necessarily. Or maybe Vaelette just sees it as a little vacation from...
Yeah, I think she like wants to just like have like another like fun time with her buddies.
So she's like, let's do this.
Roped into employment, like maybe to get stranded or something.
Just a random side plot that also happens to be canon.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you're a little bit weaker because you're out of practice by a couple of months or something. Who knows? Back down to level 5.
Yeah.
That's how it works. You lose 5 levels if you take a break.
We've
So,
been sitting pretty and getting fat.
yeah. And you guys are on the boat right now, so I guess I will begin, if you guys are ready, to see what happens on this journey. So you guys, we're opening up on the trip. You guys are taking a pretty big ship across the entire ocean to get to this secluded island where everybody's going to be looking around for these shrines. So, the 8 days on the open sea have gone luckily without event. Now as you near a small dock of the vast mountainous jungles of Chult, it begins to drizzle. By the time you drop anchor, it's pouring rain. You and your supplies are rushed off the ship and underneath a makeshift shelter built just inside the tree line. The ship raises anchor and sails away to the north with intent to circle the island and return to pick you up in a 10-day. Sir Amos Gottrickson, a dwarf knight of the Lord's Alliance, and 2 human guards huddle with you under the leaky hut roof. Your Chultian guides stand nearby. They're a grim-faced Goliath, wearing only a loincloth, and a tabaxi, wearing jewelry made from gems and bone. Unfazed by the weather, the tabaxi approaches you with a big smile and says, "This one thinks you should get used to the rain, friends." A tabaxi is basically a humanoid cat person, so I'm going to share with you some characters that you have encountered. So Sir Amos, that's like the guy, he's a representative of the Lord's Alliance who has hired you. So his role here is to just determine, based on the brick you bring back, whether it's a legitimate thing and you actually did what you were meant to do. So he's just supposed to wait behind with the ship. This is a little picture of him. So he's been on the trip with you the whole time. But the two guides, when you land, the Tabaxi and the Goliath, their names are Vovek. This is the Goliath. They're like a really tall, really bulky race of creature, and they're just like, they're probably about the same size as Havalar in stature, but more human, I guess. And then this one is very quiet. He just nods to introduce himself to each of you. You don't hear a word out of him. And then the complete opposite is Birdie, the Tabaxi guide. And this is a picture of her.
Fierce.
Left-handed bird of Snoring Mountain.
Yes, but you can call her Birdie, as most people do. Plus, I like it better sometimes. Sometimes. So, if you're ready, then we're going to start down the river.
One quick question before we go.
Sure.
To you over there wearing the loincloth, my goodness. Are we all allowed to wear those, or is it just you?
He understands what you're saying it looks like, but he doesn't respond to you. He just looks over at Birdie, and she's like, oh, Vovek's not a talkative one. If you'd like to wear just a loincloth, you are more than welcome to. We're in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle.
Oh.
You know? And it's going to be hot, and it's going to be a lot of rain, so just whatever makes you comfortable. And you hear just a grunt.
Can we do it?
There's just a loud grunt from Sir Amos, who's got a full set of chainmail armor on. He's like, ugh.
Shall we give it a go? Havalar?
Oh, Vaelette, I think that sounds like something more that you would like than myself. Perhaps we just use our money, save our money.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably wise.
Instead of buying loincloths that we won't have any use for later.
Havalar,
like
you have been given...
not a quest item. You're not really armored if you wear like just a loincloth.
True.
Wise, Mumps. Very wise, yes.
Havalar, you've been given a map of Cholt. It's not very filled in, but just it's got a general idea of what the island looks like. And so I'm moving you all to that map right now.
Ooh.
Now, if you look and see this boat up here. Oh wait, hold on. You see it?
I do see it.
So that's where you guys are being dropped off, because you're going to be hopping on a couple of rowboats and sailing down or up that river. It's a very gentle river, but you're sailing up that into the jungle to the closest destination to where you can get out and travel to the temple. So it's going to be, let me check my thing here. It's going to be about 4 days, probably 3 days to get down next to the temple. And then you're there and back in a day, and you got to make it back to the ocean for the return journey in 10, 11 days, depending how long it takes them to get around. But that's the plan. So you guys, the rowboats fit 6 person to a boat. So between you 3, and then there's 2 guards, Amos, and the 2 guides. Where would you like to, who would you like to row with, I guess? You won't be doing any of the rowing. The guards and the guides have volunteered to be doing those. Unless you want to do rowing. I'm sure they'll let you.
So we're just picking where we're sitting?
Yeah, basically. I mean,
You have to divide into 2 boats, is what you're saying?
well, there's enough room if you guys want to all be together and leave Amos and the 2 guards in the other boat. So that would be fine as well.
Well, if it's a group project, we should probably do some mixing, because if we're just all 3 of us sitting in the same boat, then we're not getting to know each other very well.
That's right. Mumps, you go in the other boat, and Vaelette and I will go in the second boat with the guide.
I know what you're doing, Havalar, but I'm doing it anyway.
I'm saying where we should sit in the boats. I couldn't possibly fathom what you're talking about. Not get in the boat.
All right. So Birdie is going to be the pilot of of Havalar and Vaelette's boat.
Wait, I got in the wrong boat.
No, I wanted to go with Birdie. She seems so fun.
She says, no offense, ma'am, but for weight distribution purposes, this does make the most sense to keep Vovek in the other one. I mean, someone as strong as you and capable, we're happy to have on our boat as well.
Havalar sniffs, that like dragon sniff. You can imagine, like a huff. Maybe some cold air shoots out of her nose and sits in the boat, turning away from Birdie.
A little bit of water dips into it, but
Vaelette is like, Havalar, you're perfect. Never change. There's nothing wrong with you. You're perfect just the way you are.
As the boats begin to go downstream, Mumps begins to sing 99 bottles of beer on the wall. I just said mead. Do they bottle mead? I don't know.
Vovek's sitting at like the head of the boat rowing backwards, and you just find him just not breaking eye contact with you as he rows, as you sing.
Would he like to roll an intimidation check?
Yeah, sure. Let's have him do that.
What do I defend in any way, or does it just have to be higher than something of mine?
I guess we'll just have you do just a basic charisma check and see if the power of your personality overcomes his in this scenario.
Let's find out.
We'll do a versus. I got an 11 total.
See, I'm charisma, so I got
nat 20.
Perfect.
All right. So, I mean, not only do you know that he's trying to intimidate you to being quiet, but you also feel very strongly that the best course of action is to just keep lightening things up with the song. And you're very confident in your decision. All right. So you guys it's still pouring rain as you guys are just going down the river. Once in a while you hear just a grumble from Amos in the other boat as he's just like, he'll occasionally take off like a shoe and dump a bunch of water out on the side of the rowboat and put it back on all the way up and fasten it. He's dressed like the Lord's Alliance, they're all knights and such, so he's dressed very formally and he's not really willing to like dress down for the occasion. So he's highly uncomfortable. But the sights are really interesting as you guys travel beneath like tree canopies, and there's interesting wildlife here. And Birdie is excited to tell you anything that you guys want to hear about the surroundings or about what we're going to see on this trip or about the wildlife. I'm here. Anything that you need, we've got it. And this is a fascinating jungle. It looks like Mumps is having a great time over there with a little bit of song. Amos, not so much, but is there anything I can help you guys with on your journey or help you inform you about as you get ready for this adventure of yours?
Birdie, I want to know what kind of men are on this island.
Well, there's certainly many types of men. The watches that we'll be sailing through, not the best types of men, particularly. We've got we're going through a couple of gang territories. It's nothing to be too worried about. Bandit tribes. We're going through territory of Firechild Sioux monsters, and as well as the Grungs. But both of them by now know not to mess with Vovek over there because he is. I tell you what, he actually had his tongue removed in battle with the bandits, but he was able to kill a dozen of them and escape. And ever since then, he's kind of a legend. He's the silent killer among them. So we've been traveling through these jungles many a time, and they'll always give us our space as we go.
Wow.
But did I answer your question?
Yeah, that answered it.
Okay. Well, let's sail on then.
Havalar, did you have any questions?
I was going to ask a question and then I forgot what it was. I was going to give an approving nod to what's his name?
Vovek.
Bovek. Whether he sees it or not is irrelevant. I just appreciate him from afar.
Okay.
Should we maybe roll a perception check? I feel like there's
Whether
bandits.
Perception check? Yeah, you guys can
Yeah.
keep watch.
If there's anyone watching us sail or to go down the river.
You are welcome. We're always staying vigilant as we guide you, but of course you are welcome to scan the surroundings. There's beautiful sights to see. So if you'd like, help yourself, make a perception check.
Let's scan the surroundings.
What sort of dangers are around here as well?
Everything in this jungle can kill you, which is keeps life exciting. But you look like capable people, especially you, Havalar, with your scales and your big scariness that you've got with you. That's very useful around here. In fact, if you are not employed after this, we're thinking of expanding our tour guide business, and you could join us. We do have many others that would like to join in, or we could start doing larger parties with the three of us.
I interrupt Birdie immediately and say, I am no tour guide.
Okay. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. It's not, it's too much fun for some people. But there's also these, oh my gosh, one of my favorite things, the Cholt is home to these magnificent, gigantic reptiles that will rip you in half with one bite. I really hope you get to see one before your voyage home.
Havalar, a boyfriend.
I am not worried about finding love on this trip. That you're the one who wanted to come here, Vaelette.
Did you hear what she said? Giant reptile.
Yes,
Vaelette,
giant.
I think you might be generalizing a little too much.
They're more giant than Havalar. These are up tall creatures.
That means Havalar could be the little spoon. A joy she's never had.
I have always wanted to be the little spoon. I whisper under my breath. Then No, this is all nonsense. I'll have none of it.
On the other boat, we have now switched songs. We are now going to the oars on the boat go round and round.
Okay.
That's what's happening on my boat.
Amos is going to turn to you, Mumps, and say, "Little sir."
Yeah. You can call me Mumps.
I am very uncomfortable.
It's probably all that rainwater in your boots. Do you need some help with the other boot?
It is about 50% due to the weather, and 50% due to the surprising amount of noise that can come from such a small creature.
Thank you. My mama said I was born with large lungs.
Let's see how long you can hold your breath with those.
Okay.
Perhaps when you're done, we'll try the contest again. You guys sail on, and the day passes. I'm going to make a quick little roll thing. So each night, don't pass out, Kyle. Each night, if you wish, along this journey, one of you can help one of the guards keep watch. So, would one of you like to keep watch with one of the guards on night number 1 as you make camp along the river?
Yes.
Volunteers.
Oh,
sure. Go ahead. You take the first one. We got 4 days to get there, so you take.
all right. I'll take the first watch with the guard.
All right. Well,
When
you
I
guys
have the land.
find a nice little place to dock with. It's like a clearing surrounded by trees, so you can see anything coming in for a little bit. Keep a small fire, which you're able to get because it starts. The rain slows down at least. It's just sprinkling at least by the time it's time for bed. Everybody's pretty exhausted from the first day of travel. Nobody's acclimated to the weather yet. And I want you to make a perception check, Amy, as you keep watch with one of the fellow guards. The guards at this point have lost most of their armor, and they're just like wearing... They've still got their shields and their spears, but they're just wearing like...
Sorry. That's so that's a 7?
Yes.
I have a -1 to perception. I didn't.
I think it was a 6.
Do you want to roll for the guard as well? Or
Me?
I guess we could give the guard the 10.
Sure.
All right, we'll give the guard the... Well, it'll be an 11 because his perception is better than yours.
I was gonna say he suffers from my
Yeah.
lack of awareness.
Yeah. All right, so you guys keep your eyes open and you scan around, and many hours later, the sun starts to come up. So now, Havalar, you're meant to sleep on the boat now during the daytime so that you're back up to resting.
Right on.
So we'll clear a little bit of space. Mumps and Vaelette can share a boat again, and you guys travel on.
Mumps, tell me everything. It's been a long time since we've talked.
I know, it's been like a whole day. I was on another boat and it was crazy. But there was this guy, Sir Amos, not like Amos the cookie guy and not like Amos the guy from Good Times, but like a totally different Amos I'm now gonna have to remember. He's really cool. He's got this really long life and he's a retired soldier and now he's a historian. So now he spends most of his time with books, which I'm not that interested in books, but if he sings a text to me, they're a lot of fun. Also, there's this guy named Vovek. I don't know if you heard, but he got his tongue cut out, but he didn't tell me that. He couldn't have because his tongue's not there. Amos told me because Amos knows all this really cool stuff. He's a historian. Did I tell you that?
You did. I need to know about the histories.
Okay. Well,
So,
I haven't turned them into songs.
question,
Yes.
so-
Yeah.
I heard you singing, and then I heard you stop, and I was really worried.
Oh, yeah. I just, my voice got tired. I couldn't make it through all 99 bottles of beer.
That's a hard song.
Yeah, it really takes some stamina. I don't think I have kind of the points for that yet. My modifier, it's not as great as it used to be.
It's true. It's true. That's okay. I think we've all gotten a little rusty, but we'll just get this job done, get the brick or whatever we have to get, and get out of here.
What is it that you're seeking in Kursabal?
But
Who is speaking right now? Who is that?
Oh, it's Birdie.
oh,
It's me.
It's me, Birdie. This one.
Birdie. It's Birdie. That depends, because I read a form. I'm not the sharpest. Maybe Vaelette can help me. I read the thing, and it's a piece of paper, and it's an NDA. But it's not like it's I can't really talk about it because I think I signed it.
We have to get. We got jobs, unfortunately, by accident. If I'm honest, and now I have to go retrieve something from a temple.
But we
And
can't tell you what, because again, it's an NDA.
The Temple of Shigambi, I assume.
Oh.
Well, see, I'm dropping you all off at Kursabal, which is it's sort of a town that watches over that temple.
oh,
So
Watches over, would stop us from going in.
well, it's a case-by-case basis,
Or
I
watches
think.
over, sweeps the halls and polishes the windows.
They're sort of like monk types. They're bird people, actually. People call me a cat people. They're like a bird people.
does that make your relationship with them a bit contentious?
Honestly, I love bird people, and they're very away from us, which is probably good. But it makes it easier to love them.
Oh, are there any shops at this town that watches over it?
I've
Any-
never been. It's quite secretive, so I'm very interested to hear the stories when you return from the place.
Oh, you've never been. How many times have you made this journey and you've never been?
Well, we've traveled up and down the river plenty of times, dozens and dozens of times, and we have over a 50% survival rate, so everything has been great.
Oh, that's good.
If I may ask, over 50,
Yes.
but less than, say, what, 60?
No.
Less
This
than
is
100?
this is a joke. This is a joke I like to make to our customers. It's actually much higher than 50% survival rate.
Birdie, you're hilarious.
Yes. Yes, I like to think.
But it's less than 100, is what you're saying.
So we've been doing it for 8 years, but
have a little adventure in your soul.
I have plenty of adventure, but I also have a lot of fear of death.
there's nothing more boring than 100% chance of success. That's what my mother always used to tell me.
Birdie, I love you. I feel like you and I are kindred spirits.
We might be. Would you like one of these loincloths that I have lying around?
Oh my God, I would love one. Vaelette takes the loincloth out of Birdie's hands, takes off all of her clothes and puts it on.
Okay.
How do I look?
It looks great. You look almost like one of the locals around here.
I love this place.
Yeah, it looks like a regular National Geographic cover over here.
But I'm cold. It's a little cold. It's a little drizzly. Birdie, so don't be offended. I'm going to put my clothes back on for the moment, but when the sun comes out, you know this loincloth is coming out to play.
Perfect. As you guys travel, Vovek holds out his, he just holds out a hand and stops his ship, and Birdie's still like in the middle of a story, and she just also stops the ship and waits on the side and just puts her, she's like smiling, and she just puts her hand over her face like, it's time to be quiet now.
It's terrifying.
Oh my God.
When you guys look ahead in the river, you see there, it's just kind of like there's a big rock like in the river that's taking up like half of it. And Amos says to Vovek, why have we stopped? And Vovek just looks at Birdie and like nods and looks over there, and Birdie's like, so right now there is a creature in the river that we're gonna wait and let it just cross the river so that we don't have to mess with it. It's a big creature. We don't want to get on its bad side and cause it to stir or attack out of fear.
Is the creature hiding behind that rock?
Well, it's a giant turtle. So that's yeah. They're great actually. They're really fun to encounter here, and if you just keep your distance, they're not too bad. But if you don't keep your distance, it'll snap your hand right off because it's a snapping turtle. Very big, very scary.
When I hear the word creature, I awake with a start. Vaelette, creature.
It's a big turtle. I whisper across the boat. Oh, it's huge.
Amos says, aren't those valuable? And Birdie says, yes, well, they do have, their shells fetch a good price, especially back overseas where you are all from or in the town. You can find from certain dealers that they'll be selling their shells. They're made of a very dense material and they're shiny like gems sometimes. But yeah, we just let them be. And to this, Amos says, would you stop us from attacking this creature if we were to want to add the shell to our reward for the journey? And Birdie says, so we would back our ships up and let you do what you're going to do, but it is not in our contract to go outside of safety or to protect you from things that you can just avoid. So no, we will not stop you if this is what you wish to do.
Amos, buddy, how much keep your eyes on the prize? Let's not get sidetracked by any giant monster quests here.
I agree with Mumps. Let's do nothing that would put a strain on our safety.
Nothing that would put a strain on our safety, and there's safety in numbers, and I'm just offering, let me just say a price. 50 gold to each of you if you participate in this attack, this little hunt.
Attack?
Yeah, I saw you pause. You were trying to find a nice word for slaughter. And you didn't come up with one either. You said hunt.
Attack!
It's an animal. It's worth a lot of gold. If
No.
Sir,
I
you
got
said
fast
it,
for
my
a rat,
party.
and it haunted me for a long time.
I'll have you know I have great respect for turtles, and for the past X amount of years I have only had mock turtle soup. Thank you very much.
okay, we'll wait. We'll wait and see how long it takes. He sits back in his seat and just like shakes his head a little bit. And Birdie looks at you guys and is like, just gives you a little wink. The large boulder of a shell floats slowly to the other side of the river, a journey that takes nearly 10 minutes, so it's almost impossible to even see it happening. And then suddenly, with impressive speed, the shell dips below the surface, and the giant snapping turtle emerges from the water with an enormous, rainbow-colored fish flopping in its grip. The turtle is 12 feet in diameter, and it chomps the fish into bits and swallows it as it steps patiently out of the river and disappears into the surrounding jungle.
That was amazing.
What a beautiful animal.
Also kind of gross. We had to watch it eat a giant pretty fish.
That was my favorite part.
Amos just rolls his eyes a little bit, and Vovek lowers his hand about a minute later, and you guys proceed down the river.
Amos needs some cheering up, and I think I'm just the gal to do it.
All right. Well, who wants to keep watch tonight with the other guard?
I'll take a swing tonight.
Cool. So make a perception check, and then the guard will get one as well, but they'll have a 0 modifier.
18 plus 2, that's a 20.
Kyle, how do you always get 20s?
Yeah.
He's gaming the system, Jake.
I was about to say, I'm not even rolling by myself. This is an automated system, which I
You
don't
know
feel
the guy. You know Elon Musk. This is a very cool program.
It is cool. All right, you guys have. So it's nighttime. The black one doesn't work that well.
No, it doesn't.
I don't know if you can change the number color. I don't think you can. But
I thought I clicked on transparent.
oh,
That's what I want. This is good. Okay.
all right. So okay, where are we? All right, second night. You guys find it's actually a place that the guides have camped out before. It's sort of like a little tree fort that's been built, and so you guys camp in that. It's a couple of different ones and trees that are right next to each other, attached by a rope ladder. So it's a little bit of a climb, but it's a good vantage point. And the night passes. Kyle, I'm gonna give that 14 that you rolled as the guard's perception. You'll get the 20 that you rolled. And it's all good. Nothing happens. It's a quiet night. It stops raining, and the next day it is sunny in the morning. Sunny and hot. It's worse than the other 2 days. As you guys get back onto the boats, you realize you missed the rain before too long.
Loincloth weather here.
Yeah, thank God I got that loincloth from Birdie.
Vaelette, what are you wearing?
It's a loincloth. It's the latest fashion. You should get one.
I like my armor makes me feel safe.
So
Okay.
Mumps is gonna sleep this at least until late afternoon to sleep off the night of awakeness. And you guys travel down the river. Now, is there anything else that you guys would like to ask of? So tomorrow morning, you guys will be able to head inland and to this town and go to the temple. Is there anything that you'd like to ask Birdie or Amos about the mission or about where you're headed, I guess?
Yes. Are we going to, as we get to this town and then as we get onto the temple, have you heard any rumors of any violence or anyone not wanting other people to come into the area?
Um,
Have you
I
taken
don't think
others on
so.
this journey?
Yeah, so we have taken visitors to go up to Kursabal. Um, some people never get inside, but they're never treated with hostility. They're either turned away at the gate if they're not deemed worthy, and we've gotten some mighty complaints about that. But if you just double check your contract, you'll see that we don't do refunds if they don't let you into the town. But beyond that, the other people have gone in and have just visited and seen the town and the way that people live, and have stayed for a maximum of about 2, sometimes 3 nights, and then they come back down and find it an interesting experience. But they're not violent towards people who mean them no harm. But we do know that the bandit groups and the bandit tribes, they don't get anywhere near that town because these people, they fly around. They're very vigilant in guarding their area, so they'll spot any sort of menacing people approaching a mile off, and they'll be ready for them. So
Okay. Well, we're not very menacing.
no, you'll be welcome, and just be respectful from what I hear, answer questions, and it should all be fine.
How is one deemed worthy?
I couldn't tell you how they decide, but I can tell you I get it every time they decide. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Something you probably can't put your little paw on, right, Birdie? Just like that's they have that special something.
I love all of my customers that come on these trips, but some of them aren't.
They're criminals.
They're unworthy. We'll say.
They're
Are they unsavory folks?
Yes. Well, no respect for the surroundings, or for the wildlife, or for Cholt, the jungles. Outsiders who.
like
who
Amos.
like,
Yeah, Amos didn't seem to really respect that turtle yesterday, and we're upset about it.
Look, I love Amos. That is a great dwarf, full, shiny plate of armor, very respectable knight. So, I'm not sure I know what you mean, but
What?
and then she winks at you.
Oh, cool.
What does this wink mean? This is the second wink. I'd like you to verbalize the message that you're sending there.
Come on, Havalar. She's speaking the language that can't
So
be
the
spoken.
Temple of Shagambi will be fun. A fun trip then.
I had another question, Birdie.
Sure.
These other gangs and such, do they ever have they ever tried to attack your people since you guys beat them that one time with the tongue?
That's a good question. So we have at times been pretty close to danger like that, dangerous scenarios where we'd have to turn around and go the other way. But we've never lost a customer to these tribes. We always try to match the vulnerable people that we've got with fighters, and the bandits, they don't travel in big groups. So a big group of fighters like this, it's just not likely that you'll be messed with. When we do have a lot of people who are just maybe children or weaker folks, we have on, and I'm only telling you this because you're nice folks, but we have once upon a time been robbed on the journey, but they didn't. It wasn't like they didn't want to fight because, let's face it, Vovek's pretty big, and he's not going to go down without taking a couple of them. But
What if hypothetically we had something valuable with us that they would want to steal? Hypothetically speaking.
I'd say if the time comes where they show up, then it's up to you whether you want to give them whatever you're speaking of, something valuable, or take them out. You're an adventurers group, right? So the bandits aren't necessarily a type of thing that I say we should value in these jungles. They're not a pleasant pair. They don't belong here any more than you do, frankly. Not like the nature or the wildlife or the good folk that live in the territory.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Is there something that you have that you want? We can like give it to Vaelette for safekeeping if you wish, or
No, we don't really
in the
have
little lockbox.
now, but if we acquired something, we might want to, keep it secret, keep it safe.
Sure. Well, if you're talking about something on the way back, our journey back is going to be much quicker just because of the flow of the river, which is it's not a strong current, but which is why we're able to just row up so nicely. But it does help being able to let off of the rows for a while and just travel all day. We'll be able to travel further and faster than on the way up here. So,
You know what I always say? If you see a bandit, bash its head in.
I love that phrase.
I haven't heard that. Maybe I will start using that on my
From my
journeys.
where I'm from, very
Bash
popular.
the bandit's brains. Bash the bandit's brains. Bash the bandit's brains. I sound almost as good as Mumps, don't you think?
I think you sound better than Mumps, if you want my honest opinion.
Don't tell Mumps that. He'll be devastated.
Mumps is asleep and cannot hear any of this.
When isn't Mumps devastated?
It's true. He's always worked up. Bless. He does keep us on the path of righteousness.
A moral compass.
Yes. Will.
You both have lovely
them up.
voices. Yes.
Oh, thank you. Bash the bandit's brains.
All right. The day passes by. There's one more night left in the journey here. Who wants to keep watch?
I will.
Okay. Since you have the trance ability of an elf, and you don't have to sleep for 8 hours, and you're alert while you're like asleep, you can just go into your trance and still be on watch, as long as
Perfect.
nothing like
Who am I
interrupts.
on watch with? Am I on watch with Amos?
It's just one of the guard. It's the guard that was on watch with Havalar the first night. Yeah.
Cool.
Amos
Then I'll do-
isn't paid to be a guard. He's paid to be an expert.
He's a historian, as we know.
Yeah. All right. So you guys.
Okay, go ahead.
You guys pull into like it's like one wall left of like some ruins, which is where you're setting up camp tonight, and you've got a few tents and your boats pulled up onto the river, and a couple of torches to give you a perimeter of view, and I have you roll a perception check and then roll one for the guard as well.
Cool. All right. Which number do I use?
The one on the left.
So the 9.
Mm-hmm.
Does it include?
So your
Yeah.
perception's +4, so that means that the 15 would actually be an 11 for the guard. So the guard rolled an 11 and you rolled a 9.
Does anybody hear like that weird like alien
Yeah.
sound? Yeah. What is that? That's so wild.
I'm not sure.
My computer's fan, it's been not right for quite some time.
What is it?
Possibly my computer's fan. Let me mute myself and see if you still hear it.
No.
That's the one.
It's cool. It just sounds like aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be really good for like a sci-fi setting campaign.
It's just, an exotic jungle creature that makes this noise, and it follows us wherever we go.
Yeah, I love it.
It's like some ambiance. All right. Vaelette, can I have you make another perception check, please?
God, things are gonna get weird. Yes.
No.
Okay. Non-natural 20.
No.
Oh, well, I guess, but the guard rolled a nat 20, so
Yeah. That's good.
I'm going to
Really
put you folks on a map.
Whoa.
Cool.
All right.
Jake,
So
did you set all this up just for this to give this a go?
I had this in mind to like pitch it as like an adventure that I could possibly sell to people or DM for like strangers eventually.
You should.
So yeah, that's why I've put in a little more detail into like I guess the characters and shite. And I've tested it once with some Michigan friends, but it's like I don't know. It was okay, but I'm just trying to make sure it's running okay, kind of smooth.
You're doing a great job.
Well, thank you. But okay, so this is where you guys are camped out. This is Vovek. It's sort of a bad mini for him, but that's him. This is Amos. The idea is that they're like in the tents. One of the guards would be outside keeping watch. And then let me drag you guys into it. We've got Vaelette. We've got Mumps. Are you guys sleeping in the same tent?
Is it big enough?
Yeah. Yeah, so probably like a tent for the three of you, a tent for the guards, and a tent for the guides. That will do it. So we'll say the guides are over here. Shoot. All right, so you both notice it's actually a little bit later than the best case scenario, but you notice grungs approaching you guys, and they're just coming into like the sight of the torches. And grungs are these little frog-like dudes that carry weapons, and they're bandits. They're like the size of they're like smaller goblins. And let me just layer token. Here they are. They're mostly green. A couple of them are darker shades of green and blue, and there's one that's like a yellow-orange in the back. And Vaelette, you notice them, and so does the guard, right when they're already sprinting in your direction at this point, quietly. And so I'm going to have you roll initiative. I'm going to roll initiative for the guard right now.
How do I do it on here?
So there's this button here. Oh, it's got to be on your character sheet too, probably, right towards the middle where it says your initiative modifier.
Oh, yep. Wait, I can't click it.
Oh, okay.
Wait, yes, I can.
Cool. So you got a 7. The guard got a 3. There is a turn tracker. Let me see if I can get this to work. Settings. Remove all turns. All right. Add turn. Add turn. Okay, and then I'm going to roll for the bad guys. So I'm rolling in secret, same way I would be behind a screen. So it's coming up for me, but it's hidden from you. Can you guys see that turn order thing, or is it just me?
I can see it.
Okay, so it's right where I put it. Okay.
Yeah, it's like up on the corner.
And then one more time. Okay, so first up is one of the bad guys. It's the orange one. So they're armed. They've got some like little short bows, and they've got daggers. And the short bows are on their backs, and they're running at you with daggers, except for the one in the back who has a short bow drawn. You see there's like a little bit of a reflection in the moonlight of this short bow. Like there's a couple of gems on the front of it as you're looking, and it draws its bow back, and it fires around at you, Vaelette. All right, so here we go. Here's my attack roll. $18 to hit you.
Oh.
All right, so on the hit is the arrow. You're just coming into the idea that these creatures are like running right at you, right out of the middle of the night, very quietly, and you just hear, and the arrow gets a little bigger, and then it's in your abdomen.
Oh.
What the?
And it deals you a total of.
Oh God.
It deals you this much damage from the attack, and then you feel a poison start to seep into you. Damn. All right, so I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh great. Okay. How do I do it?
It's a D20. Actually, it will be on your character sheet too. It'll be
There it is.
cool. All right, so you fight off the damage from the poison. Luckily, you're able to pull the thing out of you, and the poison hasn't seeped in so far yet. And after it shoots that bow, it's going to break off from the ranks of the others and hide itself behind a tree over to the left. All right, and then it's your turn. So far, it's just been very quiet, so the others are still asleep.
Do I need to take points of damage?
Nope, the poison didn't work, basically.
Okay.
So, wait, yeah, I told you it was 9 damage from the.
Yeah.
I rolled max for the actual arrow, so yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Cool.
can make that adjustment if you want, though. So I just click on your little health bar, and I click -9,
Okay.
and then
Oh, there it goes.
there it goes.
Okay. It's my turn.
It's your turn.
I'm going to basically, with a rebel yell, wake up everybody in the area.
Okay.
I don't even know what that would be. Let me take a look here. I'm going to roll for persuasion to do a persuasive wake-up call. Does that work?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. Basically, I would have just had you do a yell and then seen whether they took one extra turn to get up or if they just hopped onto their feet based on each individual character's roll. But
Let's do that. Let's do that one.
all right, what do you say? What does it sound like?
I pull out the poison dart and I look at it and I just let out a banshee scream that echoes through the trees. You hear birds flying out of trees.
Okay. Can you guys make Constitution saving throws for me to try and get? You're gonna wake up, but whether you jump onto your feet or not is gonna be decided by your saving throws.
Can I have advantage because it's Vaelette's voice?
You're just more attuned to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. I'll give you
Cool.
that.
That sucks. Ah!
I thought you cared.
Okay, 10 was the target, so you both succeed.
Cool.
You both hop up. I'm going to roll for the others in the party here. We've got 4 of them. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so up next with So I'll have you two roll initiative now, so we can see where you're gonna take your turns. Okay. So, Havalar, you're gonna go right after. Oh, actually, Mumps is gonna go now, and then Havalar.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna add you guys to some turns here. Oh. Okay, take it away then. Mumps, what you gonna do? If you guys, so this map should be about right as far as like the way the ruler works. So if you want to see how far you can move, oh, Vaelette, it's still your turn actually. I mean, you yelled, but your turn's not over, so I shouldn't. I'm sorry, I shouldn't rob you of that. So,
Okay.
so what do you do after you scream?
It's pitch black. I can't see anything.
Well, so there's torches actually. You guys have some perimeter torches set up, so you can see them. And besides that, you can see in the dark pretty well. So
I can see like my targets essentially.
yeah, it just took them. It took long enough that they're only 50 feet away from you at the point where the battle begins.
Okay.
And
But the one that
keep
got
in mind,
me-
behind you, you've got like this wall of this ruin, and you've also got the cover of the trees or the tents or whatever you need to whatever you want to play with.
How many spells do I get to?
Oh, did you? So in the character sheet, it's a little bit hidden. In the character sheet, if you go towards, it shows you underneath your name. It says core is highlighted in red. If you go over
spells.
next to that, there's spells, and that's got all your spells.
Fantastic. I'd like to cast poison spray like out into. Oh, how close are they?
They are like 50 feet away from you.
Okay, I can't reach them. Then I guess I'll cast magic missile in like the direction where like the most are congregated.
Okay, sounds good. So you can hit. You're automatically going to hit with magic missile. So it's 3 darts. So who do you want to hit with them? Like the same person or spread them out?
Whoever's closest to me.
Okay, sure. So with all 3 of the darts.
Yeah.
All right. So
one for each separate person that's closest to me.
all right. So you rolled. Oh, okay, gotcha. So your first one was maximum, did 5 damage to the one up front, and he's bloodied actually as your dart explodes on his chest.
That's right.
And then the one to his left, if you want to roll, just click that magic missile again 2 more times. 5 again on the one to the left of him. This one hits him in the leg and he like falls over forwards, but he hops back up quickly. That just seems broken, right?
Yeah, that seems weird.
Try it 5 more times just to see.
Okay, let's just see.
I don't think it's broken.
Oh.
Yeah, you just rolled high.
Oh. Okay,
Well
cool.
done. Okay, so all 3 of them have taken 5 damage. You hit him like in the last one you hit like right in the head and he almost like passes out. They got their daggers ready and they keep heading towards you. Do you want to move now? Because remember you get your standard action and you get a move up to your speed.
Yeah, I want to move closer into where Havalar and Mumps are.
Okay. You can move up to 30 feet, so you can move.
Cool.
Yep. Which is basically, if you see the squares, it's going to be 6 squares. Because the
Well, I don't
squares
really want to
be
move that
5.
far. I'm actually quite close to them. Never mind. I'm not going to move.
Okay. You stay put. Up next is Mumps.
Okay. So let's see. I would come out of the tent there, and am I right in saying the first baddie I'd see is that one right there?
Those aren't baddies, actually. Those are,
Well, that's the big guys. What's his face? Vovek.
yeah, this is
That little
Vovek,
guy's name is
and that's Birdie.
Birdie. Okay.
So I don't have great little tokens for them, but that's what I got for them right now.
So really, everyone's in this direction.
Yeah, everybody's seems to be coming from the same spot.
Okay. I guess
So-
in that case,
You do see them because the torch is out there. But they are about 70 feet from you.
okay.
And it takes, basically, it would take half of your movement to stand, so do that first, and then you have like 15 feet of movement left if you want to use any of it.
I accidentally clicked something for vicious mockery because I wanted to see what it did, and instead it rolled for me.
Gotcha. Yeah, the little, like the little settings thing, I think, is what shows you what the spell does.
Cool. They're so far away. But all right. Yeah, that's what I will do. I'm gonna do. I should have thought about this instead of being engaged in the story. I should have thought about what I was gonna do. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do. Yes, I made my decision. Yes,
Cool.
no more back and forth. I will. Yes, this is the one I'm doing. No, not that one. Not this one.
All right.
What? Level 2. Yes.
What are you casting? Here it comes. Ooh, Cloud of Daggers. Where's that going to go?
It's gonna go right in their path here.
Okay, so do you want it to be somewhere where it will hit one of them, or just in front of them? Because it's a 5-foot cube, so it's just a one. Yeah.
Yeah, because it'll hit all three of them if I put it here.
Yeah, just barely. I'll let you get 3, I suppose, with that, and then it'll stay there.
Right.
You know what? I think only 2 of them. Like you can, the 2 that are at the bottom of that are close enough together that you can get them.
Cool.
So as soon as that pops up, they're going to. Oh, it doesn't even show that they make saving throws. They just take damage.
Oh dang!
It's when their turn begins. So that's pretty crazy. So these daggers appear. Maybe I'll draw like a little thingy. Actually, how much did you get? How much was it?
9, it looks like. My 44 equals 9.
Cool. All right.
I want to take a photo quick, but I'm only to send to my brother.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Everyone, you guys look great. Thanks.
I'm gonna take a photo real quick too.
Everyone, take a photo to send to your brothers.
I'll send one to my brother as well. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I don't have.
Oh, to your mom, Jake.
I said brother, but I grumbled
Oh,
it. So
It's Mother's Day on Sunday. Don't forget, you guys.
yeah.
Shit. You're right.
Okay, I'm actually gonna take a little video. If you guys are just gonna like, you guys can just cheer for me when I hold the phone up.
Sure.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you ready? Go ahead.
Yay!
Quarantined.
Bash Bandit Brain! Bash Bandit Brains!
All right. Thank you kindly. Okay, so the Cloud of Daggers appears once it is their turn. Because Cloud of Daggers does concentration, I think, right?
Yeah, it doesn't work until their turn.
So as long as Mumps doesn't die in the next like 2 seconds, both of those creatures are gonna die, being chopped up by those clouds of daggers. So, Mumps, do you want? Oh, you've completed your movement, so that puts it at Havalar's turn.
Oh, I want to. I moved the picture, and I didn't mean to. How do I get my picture to go back to where it's supposed to be? Okay. Nope. Okay, this. Macs are so hard. Where's the scrolly bar?
Macs are hard.
Ugh.
Scrolly bar.
Yeah, like there's no use in me trying to explain very simple problem I'm having because I want to like move the picture down. You know, the scrolly bar on the side. Anyway, okay, so I have 40 movement. Is that correct?
Yeah, but once you stand up, you'll only have 20 left.
20. Okay, so I'm gonna move 20 feet.
Cool.
And oh wow, yeah, perfect. I'm gonna move 20 feet to be in front of Vaelette, and I'm gonna throw a javelin at the one in the back.
Okay.
That's
I think you are within range.
Yeah.
What's the short range on the javelin? Do you remember? Does it show it on the character sheet?
I don't know. Hang on, sorry. Ugh. Javelin, it doesn't show it. No.
Okay.
Oh wait,
okay.
there we go. Range
30.
is only 30. Is it doing it?
You can still swing, but you will have disadvantage.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's like all I can do. I'm gonna go for it.
Okay. So you step in front. Go ahead and drag yourself to where you want to land there, and make your attack roll. You can just click the javelin button, and it'll roll a dice for you.
Yeah. How do I know that? Well, I know it's like right about here. And then. So I just need the lower number.
Yep. Well, you're still gonna hit. So roll your damage 1d6 plus the strength modifier.
Which is 7. Is my strength modifier really 7?
I think it's 4 because 7 is with the proficiency bonus as well.
Okay.
Oh, but actually, didn't it roll the damage? No, it didn't.
It didn't. No. Yeah.
Okay. I bet I have it in settings somewhere where it doesn't roll the damage.
Okay. 1d6 plus 4. Right?
Yep. So 8.
Okay, so 8.
So your javelin hits this thing in the throat, and it just flails over backwards and twitches on the ground a little bit. It's dead.
Nice.
So I'm going to... Actually, I'm going to tint it red because it looks cooler. It'll be like a dead body on the field. There we go. All right. Havalar, your turn is over. You have moved, and you have done the other thing, attacked. So the baddies are going to go now. These two are going to just like look around at all the daggers that are slicing into them, and they're going to be sliced to bits. They are dead.
Bye.
Okay. That cloud of daggers still sits there as long as you want it to, as long as you want to concentrate on it. Just like spinning around and going crazy. Let me do this thing really quickly. So you guys notice as you're like looking around and looking for that other one that there are more grungs up in the trees. And so in this tree that's nearest you guys, a couple of them are seated up there. And they are going to add turn. Wait, okay, this goes here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, they're gonna shoot short bows. 2 of them are gonna shoot at Havalar, who is sitting up front. Now, because they were hidden, they are going to get advantage with these attacks.
Oh no.
So we're going to roll 2d20s for the first one.
That's all right. I can take a lot.
All right, so one of them is going to hit you from the first one, and then 2d20s from the second one. 2 hits on you. Your armor class is not like 20,
Not
is
great.
it? Okay.
No, it's 14.
So the total damage that you are going to take is 2d6 plus 4 from 2 different arrows that hit you from the dark.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right, so just take 6 damage. I'll subtract that from your total there. And then one more is going to attack you as well.
The secret one?
It's another one. It's from a tree on the other side. And again, I rolled higher than your AC. So let's roll 1d6 plus 2. And then I will reveal that guy. Okay, so 6 damage from that one. That one was... the other 2, you like managed to deflect them, and they like just scrape through and deal you 1 damage apiece. And then one that you're not even looking, coming from the left, hits you right in the rib cage. So you take 6 more. Here we go. Damn, I'm still trying to... Okay. GM info overlay layer token layer token layer. All right. So one shoots you from the tree and then takes cover back in the tree. You know where he's at. And the other one is going to leap down from the tree and try to run up at you. So it's going to move a total of, I think, 60 feet. And when it's about halfway there, it will throw one of its 2 daggers and try to hit you with it, Havalar. But it does not have advantage.
Yeah.
It's a hit!
These little annoying
Yeah, you just
creatures.
keep getting stabbed by tiny little blades from everywhere. So it's another... I'll subtract the 6 first, and then it's another 3 more. I'm rolling low at least this time for damage.
Yeah, they still got a ton though.
Yeah, we kept getting hit. Yeah, I think you only took a total of 15 damage, but next up is you guys' teammates. So Vovek is going to charge out of the tent very quickly, and he's going to run up and take his place right beside Havalar. And he's just got his axe at the ready. And then you see Amos sort of scurry out of his tent, and he like stays behind the fighters. This guard comes up and stays with him. The other guard who was with Vaelette is going to charge up. I think he can reach the one. He's going to charge up and attack the one that he can still see on the ground. So he attacks him with a spear. It is going to be enough to hit, so the damage is... Damn. 7 damage, so he bloodies him. So the guard who has been watching all night with you, Vaelette, runs up into action and thrusts his spear right into the side of the grung on the ground. And then that puts it back at the top of the order, which in this case is actually the other frog and then Vaelette, right? Yes. So the other frog is going to take a shot targeting Havalar. But this one never actually managed to hide, so it's... Ooh, it's a miss at last. Okay. So this guy, you actually see it coming, and you just dodge your head a little bit. You probably didn't need to, but the arrow just hits into the dirt. Amy, I lost your video. Don't know if we can hear you or you can hear us. But after it shoots the bow at Havalar, it leaps into a neighboring tree to the left. And again, you can see it, but it's in good cover as it's getting closer. Still with us, Hava?
Yes, I just got back.
All right, cool. You missed, the arrow missed you, and now it's Vaelette's turn.
All right. I don't have like a lot of good spells for this circumstance. Just a moment. Let me just look. How close is like the closest? Where am I?
There's one on the ground level that's 30 feet from you, and
30
then
feet.
the other 4 that you can see are in tree cover.
Okay. That's hard to get to.
You can shoot at them, but they're so they're you'd have disadvantage because they're like hidden. They're like taking cover. So the way that people do that so they don't get disadvantage is to ready your action. So like if they come out to shoot, then you let your spell go. So that's like the counter to people hiding.
Okay. Can I move before
Yep.
I do a spell?
Yeah, you can move before and after at any
Okay.
point during your turn.
Okay. I'm going to run to the nearest frog and shocking grasp them.
All right. So there is one within reach, and you catch up to him, and you manage to land the hit. So you just got your hands out, and they're charging with this electricity. How do you go ahead and roll your damage? It's a D8, I think.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. All right. So how do you kill him?
I think I grab his froggy face with my hands and I have it look into my eyes and I say, "My abdomen was perfect before you guys ruined it," and then I let him go.
Okay. So you do so, and he drops, but then you see that your hands are coated in this like little bit of slime, and I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
That's not gonna do it. So you become
frog?
poisoned. You become poisoned. No.
No.
You're poisoned. So basically, it like you start to get like dizzy, like your vision starts to blur, and you're like very woozy all of a sudden as this poison just kind of seeps into your hands. So how it's going to affect gameplay is you get disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while you're poisoned.
Got it.
And yeah, that's the end of your turn. You got a kill. Oh, let's move you up there.
Woozy.
And this guy is no longer with us.
Worth it, maybe.
And then it is Mumps. You're next.
Yeah, they're still in the trees, those other 3.
Yep, there's actually 4 in the trees. There's the one that's yellow, who is sort of hopping his way around, and the other 3.
Okay.
1 on this side, 2 on this side.
Let's see. In that case, maybe if I were to do like a mage hand and try to push them out of the trees, could I only pick one of them, or could the hand like float to two of them in the same tree and try to push them out?
So I'd let you try it with one of them. Technically, you can't make like an attack with a mage hand. So
It's just to give it a push. Like,
Yeah.
Just a push.
So, but I will let you try it on one just because they are like in the trees. It's not like an impossible task. So, which one would you like to target with that?
I think this one right here, right up front.
Okie doke.
Just give him a nice free shove on the back.
It's basically going to be an attack roll, and I'll let you add your, since it's using your magic, I'll let you use your charisma modifier.
Okay.
So just whatever you roll plus 4. Okay, 16 will hit it. So let me just do one thing, one little roll. Okay, so it you kind of like pull it by a strap that's on the side with this mage hand. It appears in the tree. You guys all see it happen, and pull it aside, and it like lets go and falls. Its bow drops out of its hand, but it is a frog, so it lands like in a perfect landing on the ground. But it's down here with you guys. Right here is where it landed.
So close to the cloud of daggers, and yet so far.
Oh, yeah. It is close. Maybe next time you can shove it 5 more feet.
There are plenty of other frog things around here.
Yeah. Yeah, it probably landed like face to face with one of these daggers just spinning, like caught itself back up. Do you want to move with you want to use your movement action?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and get a little closer to the action up here.
Okay, you do
Hold a little
so.
line.
Havalar, you are up.
How do I do that arrow thing again?
What's the
See
arrow?
To see like the
So there is a ruler up there on that toolbar that you can click like no snapping. Or if you're just holding your character, you can click Q while you're holding it, and that will pull up how far they are, how far you're gonna move.
you see the cloud of daggers. So I want to go like here.
Okay, you can do so. And also, the grung that's near where you just pointed to is on the ground. Is on ground level.
Yeah. So I'm gonna like go attack this guy here.
All right, you can reach him. You get up
So,
right next to him,
how
past
do I-
Vaelette. And what are you gonna swing at?
So, whoop. And I'm gonna swing my great sword at him. Which and I get a bonus attack, don't I?
You get 2 attacks
Yeah.
because you're level 5.
Okay, so first one, great sword, here we go. 15 then, right?
18.
Oh,
Because it's
okay.
automatically adding what you. If you look in the chat, it adds.
Oh, I see. Okay. So, yep, that and 2d6.
2d6.
Oops, that was one. Damn it.
Not great. Wait, I saw you roll it twice. Is that?
Yeah, 2d6, right? So I just rolled it twice.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Because I accidentally rolled it once and then.
gotcha. All right, so it's still up. You gonna swing at it again?
Yeah.
It manages to dodge out of the way, and like you chop off like half of its hand as it's like trying to avoid your swing. So you just miss its head.
Die!
Okay, you're
Cool.
definitely gonna hit again.
And. What? Why did it roll 3? Damn it. Just the 2 on the
We'll
left?
just chop out the right one. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. Okay, so 9 more plus 4 more is 13. So yeah, that's gonna be enough. How do you want to do it?
I just swipe up. Like, I want to cut him diagonally in half.
From below? Okay.
Yeah. So if I like went up, or so let's say the first one went up like this, and I cut off his hand,
Mhm.
and then the other one down into the shoulder
Okay.
diagonally.
Very quickly, in a flash, you land both of those blows, and it's like he almost thinks he's going to get away from you, and then the second one just splits right through his body. A pretty easy cut. As far as things you split in half, these ones are pretty soft. And that's the end of your turn. So up next are your guys' friends. So this guy, Vovek, is going to run up, and he's got... So you guys see... You've probably seen it before, but he's got a quiver on his back that's like the full size of his back, and it's just got spears in it. And so he'll pull out 2 of those spears, and he'll start launching them at this guy who's in the tree. He's gonna have disadvantage because the guy's covered pretty well, but he's gonna try it anyway. So the first attack will be it's an 8 that I rolled plus his modifier against. Yeah, so that one will hit. So I'm gonna roll damage. Alright, 6 damage, so the creature is bloodied. That he gets hit by the spear right as he's trying to get a look. He gets hit in the side of the face, splits his mouth open a little, and he's going to attack one more time. This time, it's just going to land deep into the trunk of the tree that he's hiding behind. And then the guards really are just going to stay back with Amos. They're like keeping an eye out and using defend to just, in case another arrow comes from the trees, to block it with their shields. Birdie finally steps out of the tent and is like, "Oh, what's going on?" And she sees what's going on. She disappears and pulls out a longbow, like a very cool, very homemade DIY looking longbow, and knocks an arrow and is going to shoot all the way from back in the camp, past everybody and up into the tree at the guy that she can make out, just based on where everybody's looking and the difference in color of his skin.
This guy? The orange guy?
No, the orange guy, her view is sort of obstructed by the rest of the camp, so she's just shooting at that guy that everybody's looking at. Disadvantage because he is in cover. It's gonna do it still. Her damage is... Okay, so to like compensate for being hit from the one side, the grung is like rotated to the other side of the tree, and an arrow just hits him in the side, and he falls out of the tree dead. Now it is the bad guy's turn again. So it's going to shoot one more shot at Vaelette.
No. I'm so woozy.
Okay. I gave it advantage because it's hiding in the trees. So we're going to get one more hit on Vaelette. 1d6. Vaelette, make another Constitution saving throw as another arrow hits you. This one deals you 5 damage when it lands like in your leg.
Legs. My body's getting tore up in this jungle.
All right, and you manage to you feel it start to like burn almost, and you manage to pull it right out, and it doesn't poison you, but you are very injured. And after it does that, it's going to leap back to this other tree, and sort of it's starting to retreat. When it leaps between the trees, you guys see that its bow has like a little skull on it, and a couple of gems where the eyes go. And it's beginning to run away, but it is Vaelette's turn.
I'm going to cast Magic Missile at that one.
Okay, so roll. You can roll it 3 times.
All right,
So
so
you're gonna hit it.
let's see if we get that guy first.
So like you see it duck behind the tree, and you can only glimpse like its hand, but you cast magic missile, and the darts are just gonna go around the tree and hit it.
Perfect.
That's 1, or it's 2, I guess. 2 damage. 2 more. Man, you're rolling the opposite of last time.
I do 2 more.
1 more. You did 2 more damage, so roll once more.
1 more.
All right. So your total was 7 damage. The thing is not bloodied.
Ah, ugh. But I'm poisoned and slowly dying over here.
You are poisoned. Luckily, you didn't need to make an attack roll. Go ahead and make another Constitution saving throw. Now that you're not touching it, you're allowed to resave against that poison that's on the skin.
Okay.
You're still woozy.
Ooh, Havalar,
You're feeling a little nauseous.
For the audience out there, I wanted to give a visual.
Perfect. It's Mumps' turn.
It's Mumps' turn. So it's just the one that's left? And
Just
he's
the
running away?
one. He seems to be on the retreat, but he also has shot another arrow into Vaelette.
Wait, there's this guy over here, right?
Oh, I forgot about that guy. There's that guy over there.
Damn.
But yeah, it looks like he's staying hidden for right now and waiting for his leader to retreat.
So that one's the one that's running away.
Yep.
In that case, I yes, I will go ahead and do a vicious mockery.
Okay, viciously mock him.
And my words to him are, "Yeah, you better run, bitch."
All right,
that-
so here's
for 2
his saving throw.
So vicious.
And it causes disadvantage, right, if you succeed?
Yeah.
You do not succeed.
No.
Oh, the natural 19. Okay. Hava, you're up.
I'm gonna throw a javelin at it.
Okay, doke.
I think that will. Oops. Yeah, that'll hit. Or I mean, that's within range, right?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
But you'll have disadvantage because he's behind a tree.
All right. I mean, he's like way up in the tree. That's the only way I can hit him, right? Is if can I climb the tree and strangle him?
You could try, but you're not going to get there this
In
turn.
time. Okay. So then I'll just
Yeah. You could also go, like he's behind the main portion of the tree, so you'd have a better view if you just literally circled around and took a shot from the other side.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna run over here.
All right. So I'm just gonna give you he's got a +2 to his armor class because he's still like in the cover of the sticks and whatnot, but
Sure.
you can hit him still. So roll your attack.
Is it disadvantage?
Nope.
No. Ah! That'll still hit, right?
Yeah, 18. You'll hit him.
And then it's 1d6 9.
Okie doke. He is bloodied. He's not out for the count, but yeah, you hit him for 9 damage. He has taken 16. And you do get to do another attack if you want.
Oh, that's right. I'll just do it with another javelin.
Roll it.
One sec. Okay. Cool.
Okay,
That was a hit, right? Sorry,
Yeah.
it got covered.
that will be a hit. And so
So-
for 7 more damage.
Nice.
Okay, I'm going to have him try not to fall out of this tree right here. As he's hit in the meat of his arm with that first one and like falls back onto the tree, and you hit him up again, this time like slicing through his side. So here's his saving throw. And he's going to need a 14 to hang on. He makes it.
Oh,
So he starts to fall, but his hand is just stuck. Like his hand's stuck underneath a branch, and he just swings his light body back up on top. The
He's
others
resilient.
are gonna back up. Birdie grabs a little vial out of the tent, and she runs up and she says, "Vaelette, you look sick."
I'm extremely sick, Birdie, but you know what? I just keep reminding myself about that great loincloth you gave me. I'm really losing it at this point.
So she's got like a couple. She uncorks this little vial and is running to hand it off to you. She won't quite reach you this turn, I think. Let me check her distance here. Oh yeah, well, yeah, no, she's not quite gonna reach you, but she's holding it out to you like you can drink that on your turn if you want.
Drinky.
Yep, and then yeah, what's his face? Volek just takes a stance in front of you between the bad guys and you, Vaelette, because you're obviously like the
Bleeding
only
out.
one that's been really. Havalar's been hit, but she's over there.
I picked the wrong night to stand guard.
Yeah. Okay, and then so it loops all the way back around to this orange guy, who is going to jump to the next tree over. While in air, he's going to shoot down at Havalar. He shouldn't have tried such a magnificent stunt. He lands. Okay, so let's do one more saving throw. He lands very badly on the other tree after very clearly missing you. He doesn't even get his arrow off. It just sort of snaps in the bow. So.
Oh my god.
That's a 20, a 1, and a 20, I think. Just now.
It is.
The last 3 dice that were rolled. Remember, we did that one of the times we were recording, too. It was like...
Yeah.
It was Havalar rolling, I think. So he flails and he lands... He catches himself just with his feet in the next tree over and pops up to the side there. You guys, at this point, the other one, you see him start to retreat. And he's just running along the side. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to keep going in turn order? Or do you want to... I guess I don't know. So up next would be Vaelette.
All right.
You're
Is it
still...
worth it? You want to go, charging through the woods at this time of night?
Yeah.
There's one right
I think-
here, and then there's the wimpier one is pretty far away.
Pretty far away. Okay.
But the other
There's
one
one-
is... The other one is
But
just
there's
like
someone in
15
front of
feet
me.
above.
If I cast magic missile or something, like I'll hit.
Yeah, you
the
will.
felt.
But like, even though your vision's like hazy, you're like, that's the guy
That's
I want to
protect.
hit. Magically do it, and the magic
But what I'm
listens.
saying is, this bad boy, what's his name, is right in front of me.
Yeah, but I mean,
He won't be damaged.
you can move, and you could also move
Okay,
a couple
I
feet more back.
loosely slide myself over to the other side of what's his face.
Do you want to
this guy.
use him as a support?
Yeah, I'm like, hey, buddy, pal.
You
No,
do
like,
so. He doesn't even move from your weight. Like, he doesn't even lean with it.
Perfect. And I'm going to shoot the first magic missile over at the far guy.
Okay.
The second one at the closer guy, and see how that goes before I do what I do with my third one. Yeah.
Sure.
Cool. So here's the far guy.
All right. So that's the first damage that dude's taken, and he looks back like freaked out, but tries to take some cover in the brush.
Cool. Here's the closer guy.
All right. So he's still up. He like is dangling by his feet kind of, but he maneuvers a little or tries to, but you still hit him right in the chest as intended. So he has taken 25 damage.
Let's just go for the close guy again, and maybe we can get him.
Okay. All right. He's still up, just barely.
Okay.
He's at 29 now. And it's Mumps' turn.
Mumps is gonna run forward just a little bit so he gets within range here.
Okay.
Staying, I guess, behind the cloud of daggers, not
Sure.
running into them. And cast on this dude right here the spell Hold Person.
Okay.
So he has to make a wisdom saving throw.
I get an 8 total. Not gonna cut it. So all of a sudden it's like flailing around trying to evade all this incoming attack, and then it just freezes right where it's at. It's got like one hand holding it in place on the tree and the foot attached, and its other limbs are just like they're dangling, like it's just like paralyzed. And that's it for Mumps' turn. And Havalar, you are up.
So
You've got
I'm
a...
gonna. What?
No, go ahead.
Is he in the tree or he's not in the tree anymore?
Well, he's on your side of the tree, and he's not even like, as of right now, he's just a still target. So the tree isn't helping him right now.
Yeah. So
So
but
you wanna,
can I reach him with my great sword?
He is like 15 feet above you, so I would say...
Well,
No.
before he gets sliced in half, do you want to ask if maybe, there's more on the way, or if they're camped nearby, or like why they're attacking us in the first place? We have the leader in a bind. I'm just
That's a
saying.
good idea. Evil creature. Are there more of you coming? I ask it.
Does anyone speak frog?
Yeah.
Um,
If he understands me.
let me see. It says, okay. Okay, it says, it's like frozen, so it's like,
Can't talk.
it's like,
Oh.
rah, rah. It talks in a different language, like
No,
a
not
like a weird language to understand, and it's like, and it like goes with its eyes, and like its foot right now is what's holding on to its bow, and it like gives everything in its might to like drop that bow with its foot, and the bow drops at your feet, and he's like,
Duh. I have the spell tongues.
oh, the cloud of daggers disappears, by the way, when you use hold person.
Yeah, cool.
You want to
better.
use tongues?
I'm gonna cast tongues on that creature.
Okay, it's saying
It means I think, get up right next to it.
does that mean that everybody can understand it too? Is that how tongues works?
Let me read.
I think you can cast it on yourself and you can understand everything, or on somebody else and everybody can
The
understand
spell
it.
grants the creature I touch the ability to understand any language it hears, and when the target speaks, the creature can understand any creature that knows at least one language and can hear the target understand what it says. Okay, so it can understand us, and we can understand it as long as we're all speaking
So you're
the
gonna
same
climb
language.
up that tree and touch it?
Yep.
All right, you do so. And then all of a sudden you guys are all hearing, it's just a simple raid, didn't mean nothing. Sorry, we're just gonna go. I was just testing out these new recruits. They suck, obviously. It's not a. I'm really sorry that it happened. Take that bow. It's got a couple of nice emeralds on it. And I'm just let me live, please. What can I do? There's nothing else going on here.
And before he can finish, I want to throw a javelin at his chest.
All right. Right before that happens, though, Mumps, as your hand is on its ankle, you suddenly start to feel a little bit woozy yourself. So I want you to make a Constitution saving throw as its skin poisons you.
Okay. Here we go. Uno momento. Constitution. Okay. Yeah. Down there and boom. Okay.
Okay, so you let go and scrape your hand on the bark, and then Havalar, you've got advantage. The thing's got 2 life left, so where are you aiming with your javelin?
Directly in the center of his chest.
Okay, so
that's fine.
your javelin sticks him to the tree, and he slumps over, instantly killed.
And then I pick up the bow.
You do so, and then that's where we can leave off for the night, you guys, because we've reached our point.
Cool.
I'm worried.
I'm worried about Vaelette.
I'm worried about
you.
Havalar's anger issues.
This is not a good night for me, honestly. I'm pleased that Vaelette just clocked him.
She did. She hustled.
She hustled.
So
That was fun.
That was fun.
Great. Yeah, the guides, they have an anti-venom for you, Vaelette, that fixes you right up.
I'm sure that they do, but I'm gonna milk it for all it's worth.
Yeah. And Birdie apologizes to you.
I don't take it personal, Birdie. It's not your fault.
Vovik comes up near you, Havalar, and is nods at you respectfully, and is looking at your greatsword, and is gives you a thumbs up.
I point at it. And
He doesn't exactly know. It starts out like he's gonna be and that's it. Then he's I'm trying to make sure you get the message that you did good job.
I feel a warm fuzziness spread out in my chest.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks for hooking this up again.
Yeah. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, me too.
Good to see you too. And thanks a lot for playing, you guys. You're a lot of fun to play with. Entertaining people.
Okay.
How do we leave? Just exit? Just X out?
Everything's gonna be where you left it.
Oh, okay. Exiting. Bye.
Bye, folks.
Bye.